our sock man. He keeps the focus on the plan. Cliff's down with technology. Having done it all before he joined the OD, we're glad he came to us. With Cliff on board, there's just no fuss. Meet Chris. He's a fireman, but in our shop, he's a grand slam. He monitors for anomalies, walks back factors that he sees. With Chris, there's a mission as bad as nuclear fission. Cowbell.
On behalf of the state of California and the California Department of Food and Agriculture, we would thank NASA today for this award. We believe this solution can be easily deployed in other local, county, and state entities.
MyBiz, the Michigan Building Intelligence System, simplifies remote management of HVAC, lighting, elevators, and energy metering into one smart network.
Did you know PA's medical insurance exchange helping me get health insurance? That's how I got this gym membership.
I can't believe my mom doesn't know about this.
Take my advice and ask your mom to write her state senator to ask why her state doesn't have the same data exchanges that PA has. While you're at it, ask her to get you a gym membership too. It looks like you've been drinking a little too much whole milk.
Our own cloud technology can make standard road signs quickly. We've automated the process using the tools we already own.
Wonderful, wonderful!
By royal order, the artists may return to making real art.
Michigan today is the only state in the nation that is now using a radio frequency identification device to track animals back to the herd of origin. It's also extremely important that for tracing animal diseases back to the herd of origin, Michigan dairy producers such as myself that are a second generation producer on this particular farm, and my friends in the beef industry as well, have a real benefit by using the RFID tag. Michigan consumers will buy select Michigan products.
Quite the island oasis with all this extra floor space. And I see you've made use of all the network servers we've virtualized.
Now open them. You're in my data center with a man who knows what a successful data center is like. Look at your hand. Now back to mine. This is the $4 million I saved by using virtualization and SAN storage.
What's in My Neighborhood is really a one-stop shop for information about air quality permits, water quality permits, hazardous waste, tanks, leaks, landfills, and cleanup projects in Minnesota.
I think the biggest hurdle was the design of how we were going to get the data to the border in a timely manner, so that when you drove up with your enhanced driver's license, from the time it read the chip until the Border Patrol personnel had the picture and all the data, it was less than a second. And the end result was around 33,000 hours of IT effort in a very short amount of time.
Introducing CALIS, Kansas Legislative Information System and Services. CALIS involved the transition from a paper-centric workflow based on functional silos operating in a legacy mainframe infrastructure to a fully integrated end-to-end web-accessible solution.
It's a new way for a new day. The state of Ohio is the recipient of the National Award for Outstanding Information Technology Achievement. The secret to their success? Shared solutions. This is sharing resources across the agencies to streamline and reduce costs.
Thank you for honoring Minnesota with this award. That was fun to do, but I wish we could have shown more photos from the Christmas party.
Thank you, Nancy-O.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time will you please welcome your NASCIO President, Brenda Decker.
Hello. Actually, that was close to right. As of about an hour and a half ago, I am the NASCIO past president. First of all, I'm really thrilled to be here tonight as we recognize 25 years of outstanding achievements in information technology. We got to see a quick synopsis of some of our previous award winners, and it was phenomenal. We've got an incredible amount of work that's been done by the states in this room, and you've all been part of our success, so I want to thank you for doing that. The program for tonight's ceremony is at your seat, and you'll also find the NASCIO Best Practices in State IT 2013 booklet at your seat. So I want to start with a few thank yous. NASCIO's member participation and involvement in the association's committees and working groups are a key factor to our success. There's no one, as I told the membership today, there's no one person that does this alone. It is literally, it takes a village, and this is my village, quite frankly. So let me talk a little bit about all of the volunteers that have helped and been involved in NASCIO. I'd have all the volunteers stand up, quite frankly, but everybody would stand up and then we'd all sit down because you've all volunteered for something. But let's talk about the people who served as committee chairs and working group chairs this year. As I read your name, I am going to have you stand and then remain standing until all the names have been announced. And if you'd all hold your applause till all the names have been called, then we can keep this moving right along. Our awards committee, our co-chairs this year were Claire Bailey from the state of Arkansas and Stu Davis from Ohio. Yep. Our audit committee and the man who has kept all of our money in great shape, Stu Davis from Ohio. Our Corporate Leadership Council, the chairs of Corporate Leadership Council, Kristen Davis, sorry. Too many Davises, sorry, Stu. Kristen Miller from Deloitte, and the vice chair was Kim Nelson from Microsoft. Our cross-jurisdictional working group, the co-chairs are David Bain from Michigan, and Sunny, I'll mess your name up, so I'm just going to say Sunny from Hawaii. The Effective Communications Working Group, the co-chairs are Gail Givens from West Virginia and Carlos Ramos from California. Enterprise Architecture and Governance Committee, the chairs are Jack Doan from Alabama and Carolyn Parnell from Minnesota. As I said, it takes everybody. The Healthcare Working Group, the co-chairs are Aaron Sandine from Arizona and Mau Tandon from Massachusetts. The Procurement Working Group, the co-chairs are Alex Pettit from Oklahoma and Bob Van Wolfgrant from Iowa. The Programs Committee Chair is Dr. Craig Orgeron from Mississippi. Security and Privacy Committee, the co-chairs are David Gustafson from Nevada and Mark Raymond from Connecticut. And the State Identity Working Group, the co-chairs are Peter Hastings from New Hampshire and Calvin Rhodes from Georgia. These are the people who put in hours upon hours upon hours having conference calls and kept us moving forward. Please help me thank them. Okay. And now I'd like to welcome to the stage the co-chairs of our awards committee, Claire Bailey, the Chief Technology Officer of Arkansas, and Stu Davis, the CIO of Ohio. They've spent considerable amount of time overseeing this recognition program, and I want to thank you both. I've done this job. It is, you read a whole heck of a lot of award nominations, and so I'm going to hand the program over to Claire and Stu right now for the announcements of the winners.
Come here, Stu. Oh, man. This is fun. Okay, I feel audience participation is needed. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Does anybody have a cell phone? Okay, get it ready. Get it ready. That's right. You're about to do this. We look really good. I mean, I dressed up tonight and Stu did too. It's like prom. So everybody at the same time, I'm going to count to 3. Get your cell phones ready. We're going to take pictures. I just want to feel it. I want to feel it. Okay, ready? Are you? Do you have your cell phones ready? I'm serious. This is business.
Come on, let's go.
Ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Oh, God, that felt good.
It is.
Kristen,
It's
did y'all
nice.
do? Oh, over there. Okay, good. Smile,
There you go.
Stu.
I'm smiling.
Gosh, that felt good.
This is a bad idea.
I know. I've only had 6 glasses of wine, and I have a microphone, and I get to read tonight, and Stu's going to read tomorrow. Sorry, Doug. I know. Decorum. I learned that. Seriously, though, tonight we are very pleased to recognize all of the outstanding achievements and our innovations across the field of information technology and state government. And I've had the wonderful opportunity. I'm now number 2 in the nation in tenure following Brenda Decker. She's my mentor. And I've been part of this event for many years, and I've loved to be a part of the awards evaluation and judging committee. We have this recognition program tonight is celebrating its 25th anniversary. Can you believe it? Isn't that great? I remember when we were talking about websites, and tonight we had RFID'd cattle. Man, that is good stuff. And since 1991, we've received over 3,000 submissions from across the nation. And we are all continue to be amazed by the wide variety and the exceptional quality of all the applications. We did think about doing a special just category for the state of Michigan, but we did not. We just modified the rules slightly. But these projects all, I'm looking at Doug because he's going to hurt me later. These projects really do exemplify all of the best practices, and most importantly, they support the public policy goals for our individual states. And it's a great and exciting opportunity where we assist others in government, but most importantly, our services impact those who are the citizens we serve. So our goal overall is to make sure that we're moving our states forward together, but we are a little competitive. Everybody needs to check out how many little things are on Darrell Ackley's placard. He's trying, if you want to take off some of your little flags, put it on Darrell's. He's trying to win. The recognition award submissions. I keep looking at Doug. It's like he's my dad or something. I know. Okay, I'll get back. It's not in the script. I know that, Doug. Okay, stick to the script. Yes, sir. Okay. Stu, they're going to...
You're doing great.
Thank you, Stu.
We knew we'd lighten this crowd up.
We're trying to make it fun. Thank you. Love you too, KK. Okay. The recognition submissions are great resources and references to learn about all the projects in the states. And if you haven't taken the opportunity to review them, we've got a wonderful new thing. You can look at our online archive, and all the nominations excuse me, from the last 12 years are accessible in the NASCIO Awards archive. And this year we've actually compiled a digital compendium. I think that was a test. And the address of this compendium is located in your best practices program in your chair and will be posted on the homepage of NASCIO tomorrow. Excuse me. Okay, so this year, we're getting serious now because there's a lot of people out in the audience who are ready to be recognized. We've received more than 130 nominations from across 30 states. And so we would all like to thank the members of the award committee who spent hours reviewing and scoring the nominations. We had over 35 finalists, but tonight we're here to announce one ultimate award recipient in each of the 11 categories. So, this is important. As I announce your project, please make your way to the stage. For those of you who have never joined us for the awards dinner, we're going to be showing a short and fun video produced and submitted by each of the award recipient teams. So, are y'all ready? Okay, we're going to start with the category of cross-boundary collaboration and partnerships. So, are we ready for the video? So the recipient is Nebraska with their project, Network Nebraska Education.
Well, welcome back to Are You Smart Enough for 5th Grade? Now, if you are just joining us, our contestant, Jill Gates, is just one question away from winning $1 million. So what do you say, Jill? Are you ready?
You bet.
All right, well, here's the question. What is the top cross-boundary collaboration and partnership project of all time?
Ooh, gee, that's a tough one.
Well, maybe our students know the answer.
Liftoff. One small step for man.
I guess not. Looks like you're on your own for this one.
Well, there is a project I've heard about in the state of Nebraska. I know it's been pretty collaborative, and it involved a lot of partners. It's their K-12 statewide network called Network Nebraska Education. Heck, it even got the university and the state CIO to work together. It even got K-12 and higher ed, public and private, to work together. They've been able to reduce unit cost of internet by 98% over the past 6 years. Their voluntary and self-funded participation involves 261 entities and 93% of all K-12 students in the entire state. So I'm going to go with my instincts and say, Network Nebraska Education.
Now, are you sure about that?
Fingers crossed.
You just won $1 million! Is there anything you'd like to say?
My name's Jill Gates. I'm smart enough for 5th grade, and I just won $1 million.
Okay, you got it? Okay, congratulations, Nebraska. So, next, okay, y'all ready for the category of data information and knowledge management? The state of Michigan is the award recipient with their Unemployment Insurance Agency Overpayment Recovery Project. Come on up, Michigan people.
Overpayments and associated penalties. Improved controls were needed to ensure that UI claimant wage and benefit payments were cross-matched consistently to detect overpayments. Failing to recover that money was unacceptable. We needed to know how to get the UIA back in the black, so we called in reinforcements, a special UIA DTMB project team of integrity agents. They found a software solution, OnPoint Technologies Recover System, designed to assist the agency in collecting all benefit overpayments. The Recover system was specifically configured to Michigan's laws and rules and ensures comprehensive documentation imperative for compliance. The system also captures, tracks, and manages the collection of UI benefits and the workflow of the staff responsible for collecting those debts, thus preventing any further alien attempts to deplete our resources. Fast forward to the future. Overpayment recovery has been greatly improved. Collection and overpayment recovery,
Maximize.
state and federal laws,
In compliance.
UI trust fund.
Protected.
Integrity of the UI program improved. Overpayment recovery in its first full year of operation was $36.35 million. Thanks to our special team, integrity has been restored to the UI system and we are on our way to being back in the black. Again, thanks to the team, DTMB and UIA, for all of your hard work.
Hey, Stu, we just learned some dance moves. No pressure. Okay. For the category of digital government to business, the award recipient is the state of California for their electronic services expansion project.
Our citizens, all 38, 39 million of them, are very much interested in having access to government services.
The e-services project was a 4-year initiative that brought in a number of new services.
This really opened up the ability for tax and fee payers to register for all their accounts online.
Provides a great convenience to the taxpayer where they can do their business with the Board of Equalization anytime, anywhere, and any place.
We created a system that made it so the customers could easily do it.
We're going from paper to digital to online to mobile and then beyond.
It was really designed with the customer in mind.
We've heard great feedback from our taxpayers. I remember one lady called in and she said, I file in 40 different states and you have by far the best e-file system I've ever used.
I am proud of the Board of Equalization and the effort we made. It was a benefit to the taxpayers and a benefit to the state.
By being recognized with this award, obviously it shows that how it has paid off.
Every day at the BOE when we're here we can see it being successful, but it's wonderful to have outside people recognize us too.
It's a tremendous honor to be recognized by NASIO.
I think it's a big deal for us is to be recognized by our peers for the quality of our work. So we're pleased and we're really proud. I'm really proud for my team. I'm really, really proud for my team.
Now we have the category of digital government, government to citizen, and the award recipient is the Commonwealth of Massachusetts with their M-Ticketing for Commuter Rail and Ferry Services project. Let's give it up for Massachusetts.
Introducing M-Ticket, the MBTA's new mobile ticketing app. It's like having a vending machine in the palm of your hand, and it's free. So forget waiting in line or fumbling for cash and say hello to your new ticket. Buying it is easy. Select where you're traveling from, where you're going, and then choose your ticket type. Now add in your credit card info and you're done. When the conductor asks to see your ticket, show them this. Fast and easy, this is a ticket that doesn't tear and is pretty hard to lose. Download it today.
And now give it up for Stu Davis, great state of Ohio.
So I learned a valuable lesson. Never follow Claire. In the category of Enterprise IT Management Initiatives, the state of Minnesota is the award recipient with their project Managing State IT through Service Level Agreements, an Unprecedented Journey.
Minnesota is proud to be the first state to manage its executive branch IT through service level agreements. In just 10 months, we were able to develop SLAs for the 95 boards, agencies, and councils that we serve. For the first time, we have a clear window into IT service management.
Prior to IT consolidation, each agency managed IT in a unique way. There was little consistency in how services were named, delivered, and accounted for, not to mention how service levels were measured and reported. Service level agreements changed that.
From a business perspective, the SLAs lay out IT services in a comprehensive way. They do that in business language, not IT speak, so I actually know what I'm getting and I know what it's going to cost.
From an IT perspective, service level agreements have made us more transparent, consistent, and accountable to our business partners.
They also provide common language for defining IT services, but with enough flexibility to describe each agency's unique IT environment.
Minute Services would like to thank the project teams and particularly the agency-based CIOs for helping Minnesota become a model in the IT industry. And we thank NASCIO for honoring us with this award.
Thank you, NASCIO!
For Fast Track Solutions, the award recipient is the state of Utah with their project Utah Legislative Bill Watch. In the category of improving state operations, the state of California is the award recipient with Business Information Systems Project.
It's starting to get national recognition. And so, I mean, it's a pretty cool endeavor.
The hardest part about doing something like this was changing the culture of 4 agencies. You know, we had paroles, juvenile justice, CDCR, and CCHCS. All of these had their own type of business processes, their own cultures, their own ways of doing business.
Previously, we were in a silo operation. Every institution acted as its own town and was responsible for all of the infrastructure in it.
What BIZ offered was the opportunity for us to do one enterprise-wide business process, which allowed us to be able to track our information real time and to be able to report and manage all of our assets and our finances in a real-time situation.
Our executives are able to see how things are flowing through the process, whether it's purchasing items, hiring, as well as how all of that connects with the finances for the department.
It changed really how we purchase. It changed how we initiate contracts. It changed how accounting operates and how they manage the full realms of accounting. It opened up budget management.
It really brought the department together as a team.
So seeing that it succeeded, seeing that it not just succeeded but is also being recognized, I think is a huge accomplishment for the department and really for the state of California.
BIZ has moved us from the 20th century to the 21st century.
We did it within budget, and we're actually using the system to manage our operations more effectively. I think that's a significant accomplishment.
For Information Communication Technology Innovations, the award recipient is the state of I was going to say Ohio. It's the state of Hawaii with their project Mobile Emergency Response and Command Interface. Give it up for the state of Hawaii.
Disasters can strike any community. The chaos that follows can lead to confusion and delays among first responders. Accurate, up-to-date information is crucial in providing aid to the affected families and businesses in a timely manner. The solution to this problem is the first integrated damage assessment collection system, Mercy Cloud by Oceanit. Collecting data in the field begins by downloading the mobile app provided by your Mercy administrator. After logging in, you can choose a new incident by clicking the plus sign button. From there, you can start a new damage assessment for an individual, business, or infrastructure asset. Data collection in the field is just the surface of the Mercy system's capabilities. The rest comes from users analyzing the data through a secure URL. From the home page, you can create a new incident or search through incidents that have already been opened or closed. Following a disaster, the Mercy cloud system can bring order to the chaos by effectively supporting the efforts of emergency responders. Using this system to its full potential will help communities recover faster in the wake of tragedy.
In the category of Open Government Initiatives, the state of Utah is the award recipient with Utah's Open Transportation Data in the Cloud with UGate and UPlan.
Fastest billion-dollar highway project built in U.S. history. 10 freeway interchanges, 24 miles of roadway, 63 bridges.
As the planning director at the Utah Department of Transportation, I need quick and convenient access to a wide range of information that helps me do my job better, to help understand how our transportation systems are performing, and to help inform the decision-making process. Now, initially at UDOT, and is what we began to learn with every other agency we started to work with, all this information is independently managed by groups in all these spreadsheets and Word documents, PDFs, custom applications. It's a highly fragmented and siloed environment. And because of that, it makes it really hard to take all these different silos, try to find a way to bring them together, cross-cut it, and see if perhaps we might learn some new insights and understanding about all this information. And that's what UPlan does.
Now we can walk into a room, we can throw up maps on computers, we can crunch numbers right in front of people, and we can do it with real-time data, real information that's actionable. It's a revolution.
For cybersecurity, the state of Michigan is the award recipient for their project, Cyber Training 3.0. Give it up for the Wolverine.
I am wondering, why are you here? I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father. There's a very bad feeling about this.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I'm not afraid. Sure. You will be. You will be.
I have another Ohio State t-shirt if you need one. This year we introduced a new category to allow state CIO officers to showcase their projects. For the State CIO Office Special Recognition, the Commonwealth of Virginia is the award recipient for their project eGov Business Process Reengineering.
Not sure how much your agency has paid for web development? Haven't been able to offer business services to the state? Struggling to find state services online? Introducing Virginia's eGov initiative, the new way of managing government websites, online services, and business access.
In the past, our agency never stopped paying convenience fees to cover the cost of web development. It really started to add up. Now, agencies know the total cost up front, and it's clear agencies own the services they pay for.
My company has great people, great eGov products, and great prices. We just couldn't sell to the state. Now businesses have new opportunities, agencies have options, and competition lowers the cost.
It used to take me forever to find my way around the state website. Now I get it done in half the time.
5 rounds of usability testing prove it. With Virginia's eGov initiative, everyone wins. Agencies, businesses, and citizens.
Thank you, NASCIO.
We're being thrown off the stage now.
That's fine, okay. Thanks. I always get nervous when I say the words. I'm handing the program over to Stu and Claire. I gotta find where I am here. Okay. I'm going to take one opportunity here for 1 second and tell you that it is a big job doing the awards committee. It is a large group of people that participate, but Stu and Claire did yeoman's work this year, and I want you to take a minute. Let's thank Stu and Claire, and let's also all the award recipients. Okay, now something that's going to make me equally nervous. I'm going to turn the stage over to our 2012 Meritorious Service Award recipient, and would you please join me in welcoming back the prestigious Mr. Dick Clark.
Thank you, Brenda. I promised I'd be on my best behavior tonight, and I want to thank NASCIO for inviting me back, and I bet you most people didn't know that Dick Clark would show back in Philly. Those of you who laugh, I now know how old you are. Those of you who didn't, we're going to rate a record later. Okay, so the Meritorious Service Award recipient consistently showcases leadership in IT for their state, as well as champion the vision, mission, principles of NASCIO. This allegiance to the organization and the ability to affect change in state IT reflects the best in government. This year, the Meritorious Service Award goes to Dugan Petty, the past president of NASCIO, former CIO of the state of Oregon. Dugan, please join me up on the stage. I want you to know that Dugan really didn't know about it until just a few minutes ago that he was the award winner. Claire did a wonderful job of being able to divert his attention away from the program. Dugan has served as vice president, chair of the programs committee, co-chair of the NASCIO Enterprise Architecture and Governance Committee, and the chair of the greening of the IT committee. Petty's service as CIO of the state of Oregon began in 2006 until his retirement last year. Now there's a little deal that says I can add my remarks because Allison knew I would do something, so she gave me the official okay. I think I'd just say two things. First of all, even though Dugan would cringe when I called him, because I had a myriad of epiphanies that I would use, and I would call him and use him as a sounding board. And those of you who know me, that's what I do, is I have epiphanies. But I knew that when I called Dugan, and even though he was cringing on the other end of the phone, he would sit down and listen attentively to what we were trying to do. And if you take a look at what we were talking about today as far as leadership, collaboration, it's in innovation, that's what it was all about, because what we did at the end of the day, with Dugan's help, is that we in the state of Oregon and the state of Montana were able to collaborate on a number of different initiatives across state borders, and we weren't adjacent states. That was huge, I felt. So at the end of the day, bottom line, if I wanted to get something done, I looked to Dugan, and I knew we were going to pack the pumpkin over the goal line and be successful. With that, I give you Dugan Petty.
Well, thank you. I'm not sure that I really have anything to say. This actually, it was quite a surprise to me because David Behan came up and shook my hand and congratulated me, and I wasn't quite sure what he was talking about. Last time I saw David, he was wearing an Ohio State t-shirt, which I thought was a little bit unusual, but this means a lot to me to be in this room with all of you tonight. This is pretty impressive stuff that we've just seen for the last 30 minutes or so, and it's really a testimony to what this organization is about and what all of us in this room are about. I'm getting a different video down here, which is kind of interesting, but Sonny and I were talking earlier today about an issue, and we talked about that neither one of us really understood what the solution was. But what I said to Sonny, and I think it's really true, it's the solution is in this room, and it truly is. And organizations and the partnership that we have here between vendors, between state CIOs, and beyond that, between other organizations who are dedicated to make government work, help us find those solutions. And if it was ever important to us to find them, they really are today. You know, we don't have to look far from here to see a backdrop of dysfunctional government. And we've got to make a difference. So thank you for this award today. It means the world to me, and go out and keep making a difference.
Okay, a couple other things we want to make sure that we do. From time to time, we have the opportunity to recognize a volunteer member who has just done some exemplary service to the organization. And this year, NASCIO is looking to present its Exemplary Service Award to just such an individual. This award goes to an individual who's demonstrated support, outstanding service, and significant contributions to NASCIO for more than a decade. This individual has participated on the Awards Committee, the Programs Committee, the Cross-Jurisdictional Collaboration Working Group, the Enterprise Architecture and Governance Committee, and is relied upon for his continual support to NASCIO. He's made significant contributions to our NASCIO research reports, our publications, and our surveys. In addition, he authored our business case primer and co-authored chapters in our leadership books. Please join me in congratulating Andres Ozels of the state of Michigan for his outstanding service.
thank you very much, and thank all of you that I've worked with over the years. It's been a privilege, and over the years I have watched NASCIO become one of the premier professional associations in the country, and deservedly so. And it's all because of you. Thank you.
Thanks for everything you have done, Andres, and congratulations. This year we also introduced a new award that we really became very special to the NASCIO members. It is the award that provides 3 conference scholarships for Chief Information Security Officers. This is one that there are many of us that get a little choked up about as well that knew Tom Jarrett. Tom Jarrett, as most of you know, was the former CIO for the state of Delaware and a strong supporter of security for state governments with NASCIO, and he actually testified on the Hill a couple of times. Tom just had a passion and a spirit for NASCIO that is absolutely unparalleled by anyone I've ever known, and he is fully and completely watching us tonight and making sure that we're all doing the things we're supposed to be doing for security. I want to introduce Tom's wife, Eileen, and his daughter, Kelly, and son-in-law, Brian. If you would stand, and the staff, please, from Tom's former office. So tonight we're going to recognize the 3 CISOs who were selected to receive the scholarship, and each demonstrates leadership and a passion for cybersecurity in their state. When I read off your name, if you'd please come to the stage and receive your certificate, please. John Byers, CISO for the state of Kansas. Brian Engel, Director and CISO for the state of Texas. And last but not least, David Brown, the CISO for the great state of Ohio. This is a scholarship that we're planning to continue for the life of NASCIO, and we appreciate your sharing, Tom, with this organization. Thank you very much. Okay, next I want to thank 2 of our outgoing executive committee members for their hard work and dedication. These 2 individuals will be coming off of our executive board, and I'm just going to have them stand in place and we can recognize them. From the state of Michigan, Mr. David Bean. And from the state of Alabama, Mr. Jack Doan. Okay, now I get the dubious honor of announcing the association's leadership for the coming year. We just held the elections earlier this afternoon, and the executive committee will consist of Claire Bailey, CTO from Arkansas, Carlos Ramos, the CIO from California, Karen Robinson, the CIO of Texas, Jim Sills, the CIO from Delaware, Daryl Ackley, CIO from New Mexico, John Lutchford, CIO of Massachusetts, Calvin Rhodes, CIO of Georgia. Would those members of the executive board please stand and be recognized? Your 2013 officers will be I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up here. Secretary Treasurer David Gustafson, the CIO from Nevada. Vice President Mr. Stu Davis, the CIO from Ohio. And last but never least in our hearts, the President of NASCIO for 2013-14, Dr. Craig Orgeron from the state of Mississippi. Okay, I get to give you about 2 minutes of brief remarks, and I promised I would be very, very brief. I've had a wonderful experience being the president of NASCIO for the last year. As I have told all of you over and over again, I never, ever, ever did I make a call and ask for help where somebody didn't step to the plate and give me what I needed. You're going to all be thankful I won't be sending emails anymore that start out, "I need a favor." But it is one of those things that if you get the opportunity, please do step into a leadership role. It helps you grow, it makes you a better CIO, and it makes you one of those people that puts you in the elite group, being able to stand here and saying, "I have a lot of friends in this room." Thank you. And now let me introduce your next president, Craig Orgeron.
Hi, everybody.
Wait a minute, I forgot to give you the official gavel.
Don't-
Sorry.
Okay. I demand a recount.
He'll take pictures.
I know what you're thinking. Do they have computers in Mississippi? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I assure you they do. I was thinking about a couple of things. I followed the longest-serving CIO, I think, in NASCIO history. David Lichlider served nearly 18 years as CIO. About 6 months after David retired, he called, we went to lunch. He looked really, really healthy. He did. And he said, I was sitting on the couch, Gail and I were watching TV, and I twitched. And his wife looked at him and said, you know, "Are you okay?" He said, "Oh, geez, I just realized all this stuff I don't have to worry about." He says, "Craig, how are you doing?" I said, "David, you wouldn't believe this. I was sitting on the couch watching TV with my wife, and I twitched." And I went, "Oh, my God, I've got to worry about so much." It may be bad luck because I'm following Brenda, currently the longest-serving CIO in NASCIO. So let me just tell you one word I've used in the last several days, because several of us have been here for several days. Wow. Wow, what a humbling experience. NASCIO is a vibrant, very, very healthy organization. And even coming in, and I've been around NASCIO for years, I was as a deputy, to an organization like that is, it's quite humbling to see the talent, the projects that won awards from around the country, and to even believe that I can do what others have done that are in the audience. Steve Fletcher, Brenda herself, and Dugan. It's pretty daunting. To say anything different wouldn't be honest. So how do you continue that? How do you continue to help CIOs deliver the technology solutions of tomorrow today? How do you achieve that excellence? I think through a couple of very simple ways. You value relationships. We talked about the leadership document that we developed with our CLC partners. We talked about the need for more conversation among the CIOs, and we've had that. Our session on Sunday was, we had more networking time. You value those relationships. And I think focused leadership. Doug and his staff do a phenomenal job, and I think there are so many, many things that you can pay attention to. Figuring out the things that we need to pay attention to and pay attention to those excellently is actually quite a challenging task. So I certainly pledge that I will try hard. I've managed to follow the longest serving CIO in the state of Mississippi, where we have computers, and going to try really hard to follow Brenda who's a very class act person. So you have my commitment to do that. Thank you. I think that is the end of our agenda for tonight. I won't keep you a little bit after 8, so enjoy the later festivities. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Good night.